Hey there, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're a social media manager or you want to be one of the most important decisions you can make is which social media management tool you use. A social media management tool or platform is meant to be a centralized place for you to host all of your content, post all of your content, analyze it, and so much more. And so over the next week, I am hosting a series all about my favorite, which is Metricool. So, in this first episode, I want to talk about scheduling content. This is one of the most important aspects of a social media manager's job. It's actually getting content out on time to the right platforms with all of the right optimizations. So, let's dive into the tool. So, before scheduling any content, you're going to need to first connect your accounts. I already have mine, as you can see, lined up there. But to get that for yourself, you're going to click on this right hand top corner menu, and you can click on connections and you can verify all of your accounts. Now, once we have all of those set up, you're going to click on the planning tab, and I made sure to leave mine nice and empty so you can see what it looks like to start. One of the things I first want to pay attention to here is this best times feature. I want to point this out. So you can turn this on or off. If we have it off, we'll just have a total blank slate calendar like that. But if you have a primary platform that is connected and that has this best time feature available, so up here you've got different features. You can choose your calendar zoom if you want it to be expanded, so you're really seeing like minute by minute versus hour by hour. I like the normal. That works well for me. And then you can also choose if you want to see things day by day. Week by week is the standard, or by month. And month is typically where I start when I'm just doing my overall planning. So let's go ahead into, I don't know, a future month. Let's say February. We could at least plan around some holidays and things like that. So this is where I typically begin my planning. Is I'll say, okay, I know February 14th is Valentine's Day. So I can just click on that day. And as you can see here, we automatically have February 14th pulled up as the day. And then I might just do a placeholder for V-Day post. Let's just pretend. And I might say I'm going to post that on Facebook and Instagram as a reel. And I'm going to save this as a draft. So that's how I personally like to kind of like start my planning, is I just start by drafting things out in the calendar with that monthly view. And then when I go back kind of week by week and do weekly view, if we go ahead back to February 14th, we'll see that placeholder. And I can actually start building out the content. And to do that, you'll just click on it and you'll, be back into this post editor here. So let's go ahead and just continue with this flow. Let's pretend that this is exactly what I want to do. I want to create a Valentine's Day post. So up here, as I demonstrated earlier, this is your platform selector. So I chose to save this draft to go out for Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels, but maybe I'm like, you know what? I want to do LinkedIn and YouTube too. So you can add all of those different elements that you want there. And as you can see now, most of our social platforms have multiple different platform or posting options. So they have drop downs as well. So this might be a post, this might be a reel, or this might be a story. So you decide what you want to do. I'll just go ahead and keep this as a video so I can kind of show you how the video options work. I'll remove LinkedIn, and let's do short for YouTube as well. So, okay, we've got all of our platforms selected. And one of the things that I love about Metricool is that they do have this multiple platform selector. If you're going to post a TikTok, actually, let's go ahead and do TikTok too. If you're going to post a TikTok, you might as well post it on Instagram Reels as well. You might as well post it on YouTube Shorts and really maximize your efforts there. Now here is the text area. So this is where you're going to say, Happy Valentine's Day. You all have a special place in my heart. Let's just go ahead and go with that. And then you'll add your multimedia here. So this is where you'll choose to add an image, add a video, and they also have these great integrations with Adobe Express, Google Drive, and Canva. I typically don't make my videos in Canva, so I'll just go ahead and upload one directly from my computer. But if I did, that would save me a ton of time. Same for Google Drive. If maybe you work as a part of a creative team or you're getting content sent over from your client to schedule out, you can just have them share their Google Drive folder and you don't have to save, open up all that space on your computer. But I'll go ahead and just upload. So there's a reel that I have. It's not a Valentine's Day reel, but we're going to pretend. And before I get into the next phase of that, I just want to click through and share with you the other things you can do. You can do stock images. You can do stock videos. You can just search for, oh my gosh, cute pup. And they also have a gallery of GIFs as well. So, okay. So we're going to first, we can click on this, these three dots in the top right corner, and we can do a lot of different things. We can edit the video and trim it a little bit if maybe we want to just, share the end part or whatever. We could do that. Let's see, I just closed out, but there are other things we can do. We can change the size if we want to. We can fine tune it if we wanted to add, more saturation, which, all of this is really nice. It's kind of like your basic video editing. Obviously, it's not going to be as complex as like a Final Cut Pro or a CapCut or something like that. But it's really nice if there are just a couple of quick tweaks or you notice a client sent over a video that's a little overexposed or underexposed, you can make some tweaks there. You can also add alt text. You can tag people. If I have products set up, I can tag the product. I can upload a video thumbnail. I get asked about this a lot. If I don't want just this candid look or I want a nicely designed thumbnail, I could do that. I could also select a frame. What else can we do in here? We can also tag audio on Instagram. So as opposed to saying untitled audio or whatever it's called, we could call this Black Friday promo. Now, there are other items along this menu, emoji, searching for popular hashtags. This is helpful if you don't have kind of standard hashtags that you use or you're trying something new. You can kind of see the volume within those hashtags. You can add a first comment. This is a great way to generate more engagement. Let me know what you think below. You could do something like that. Or if you're using any type of automations, comment this for that. You could leave a comment down there to help kind of generate some conversation. You can tag a location. You can generate URLs. So this will help you generate UTM codes if you're tracking links. Obviously, since we're doing a reel or short form video, we're not going to have that. But if you were posting like a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post, you could do that. They also have an AI assistant. So this is kind of a basic Happy Valentine's Day message. Maybe I want to, I want to change the tone of it. I want to make it a little bit more creative, or I want to make it affectionate. Let's see what it comes up with. So the AI assistant will do what it needs to do. It'll think, come on, little robot, think. And there we go. So if I like this, I can click on use text and it will replace what I said. And then I can edit it. So happy Valentine's Day, my dear ones. Each of you hold a cherished spot in my heart. I'm so grateful for you. Sending you all my love. That is, we got the double heart going on. I might just, one heart it. So you can make all the edits that you want to the robot's language. And then they also have this saved text folder. So how I use this is I typically create hashtag libraries, as you can see here. Again, for different clients or different types of posts, you might have standard hashtag libraries that you use. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I'll click on it and it will automatically add those standard hashtags to the end, which is nice. But you could also use this for hours of operation. If you're a restaurant, maybe you just say reminder, we're closed on Wednesdays, or whatever the case might be. And these might be, captions that you use over and over again, multiple times per month. And then you can just click on them and of course, just tweak them a little bit so you don't sound like a complete broken record. But that is such a time saver within the planner. All right, so those are the main. Actually, one more thing before we even get down to the actual scheduling part. So we're going to click on Edit by Network. So this is the template that our little AI robot created for us. Now we can actually customize these per platform as well. So as we know, like Facebook, I personally don't usually use hashtags on. Instagram, I definitely do though. So I'm going to say like Valentine's Day. Again, use this hashtag library to find the best hashtags. I'm just kind of making them up here off the top of my head. Threads, we obviously use a little bit differently. YouTube, we use a little bit differently. So you can customize all of these different captions to be a little bit different based on just this original template. Now, each of the platforms has their kind of sub-menus down here. Make sure to check those out. Like Facebook, you can do an actual title. So I'm just going to be boring and say Happy Valentine's Day for all of these because your video will have a title specific to Facebook. Let's see, what else? Instagram. We have collaborators. That's an additional menu item specific for Instagram. We can also choose if we want to show the reel on feed or not. And we can also choose if we want to boost the post or not. We'll talk about advertising in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Threads, what presets do we have there? Who can reply to the post? And YouTube, we've got a title. We've got, you have some additional things that you need to answer for YouTube. So all of those things, go through that. And then for the template, we'll go ahead and choose, first off, do we want to auto-publish this post or do we want a post reminder? So here's the thing with Metricool, if we click auto-publish and we choose the time, it's going to go out 9:30 a.m. on February 14th. It will go out to all these platforms like magic. I will be scrolling my Instagram feed at 9:45 and see it pop up, which is awesome. There are times when you might want to publish it manually, though. Those times are rare and they're typically more for stories. So if I wanted to change maybe for Instagram, this is just going to be a story and not a reel. If you wanted to maybe add additional things like stickers or polls within your story, or another reason people like to do this is for reels if they want to use that popular music from the music library on Instagram. You might want to just save it as a notification, get the notification on your phone so you can add those last minute tweaks yourself and not have it automatically go out. So we've got our notifications presets here. We'll expand that. So if you click edit, you can choose if you want a mobile app notification or if you want your an email notification, and you can choose which emails you want it to be sent to. I'm just going to go ahead and save as draft. I always, sometimes I'll show you some funny examples on Threads. Like I'll forget that I scheduled something to teach in a video or in one of my courses, and it'll be like, this is a Threads post. It's, thanks Metricool for doing your job. I just forget to unschedule them or save as draft. So I'll go ahead and save that as draft, but that's how the planner works. I'll show you one other thing in this overall planner view. If you click on this little image guy here, this is kind of a place to store different ideas. And you saw how I added it into the calendar just by clicking and saving as draft, but you can also click on this option, click plus to add a new post, and you can save it in post library. That's kind of the alternative sort of workaround to what I did earlier. And you'll have all these different ideas. So sometimes like you might be in a really creative mood, a creative streak, and have all these different post ideas, but not be ready to actually do the creative and implement them. So you can just save them in this ideas bucket here. And then here's your Canva and your Google Drive integration. And you can also do Adobe Express. Time zone, you can change that. Always recommend having that go out according to your clients' time zones. Oh wait, I have to show you one more thing too. Also, when you're here and you're looking at this month view, you can click these three dots, click on social calendar, and I've got the social media calendar US toggled on. If I didn't want that on, it would just be a blank slate. But as you can see, we've got these are great for just coming up with ideas. Maybe I know I want to post on National Ugly Sweater Day because I don't have much else going on that day. But you can also add a calendar. So they've got all kinds of different ones. They've got UK, Australia, Canada, and so on and so forth. So again, just depending on where your client's located or where you're located, you can do that. You can also import a calendar. So if you've got like a public iCal or Google Calendar link. So for example, I have that for my my different courses that I teach. I could sync that and then I could have a memory saying like, okay, class 1 starts on this day and it's going to show up on my calendar. Or you might have a collaborative calendar with your client where they have the promotional dates and their sales and things like that. And this is really nice because they can just load things up into their Google Calendar and they'll get synced over here to Metricool for you. Hope this was helpful, and be sure to give Metricool a try. You can use my code Latasha to get 30 days free on any of their premium plans down at the link below, and come back on Wednesday for a new installment of this series. Thanks for watching.